A brilliant game of NatWest T20 Blast cricket saw Hampshire give themselves a very good chance of reaching the quarter-finals, something Sussex Sharks have just about done, but they are yet to confirm that after going down by just 4 runs at the Brighton and Hove Jobs.com county ground. Luke Wright won the toss and inserted, even though it looked like a good pitch to bat on. James Vince and Michael Carberry certainly thought so. Both started their nights well, with one boundary following another on what was a very important night for Hampshire, who gave themselves a good chance of qualifying for the knockout stages yet again after their vital win over Surrey last week. This pair quickly put on 39 runs in the opening 4.5 overs. Carberry then fell for 19 when he mistimed a shot off Chris Liddle to search out Ollie Robinson at mid-on. That brought in Adam Wheater, who wasted no time in clearing the rope for the first time off Robinson, Hampshire getting to a score of 48 for 1 from their 6 overs of power play. Wheater, who hit a career best score in that win over Surrey, did it again off Will Beer, the total moving up to 87 for 1 at the halfway stage of the innings. Vince completed a fine 50 off 38 balls and was soon adding to the 7 boundaries he'd struck in that, while Wheater closed in on his own half-century in the next over by smashing a little no ball into the distance. Wheater got to his 50 off just 26 deliveries before getting out next ball. The decision by Wright to bring on Chris Nash, a good one, as Liddle completed the dismissal at deep mid-wicket to end a partnership of 93 made in 9 overs. Still, a big final score was on the cards, with O.A. Shah coming in to join Vince, the two producing a perfect performance with the bat just when it was needed as they took their total beyond 200. They finished on 204 for 3, the third wicket fall into the very last ball, as Shah was taken behind off T-Mal Mills for a 40, which had used up only 23 balls. Vince left not out on 90 from 62. Chasing a score at more than 10 and over from the outset was never going to be easy, but in Nash and Wright, the Sharks have the ideal openers to give it a go, and the former hit 14 runs off the first 4 balls, including a very early 6. Indeed, Nash got off to the necessary flyer. From his first 10 balls, he hit 1 6 and 4 4s, 29 runs coming off the opening 2 overs of the reply. Wright then kept up the momentum and went big off Chris Wood, the Sharks captain in quite brilliant form in this competition of late. He was actually being left behind on this occasion by Nash, who dominated the early scoring as 66 runs were taken in the power play overs. It was a game on at this stage. Nash raced to a 50 off just 28 balls with his 8th boundary, and if he and his mate at the other end could keep going, then it would be the Sharks who would soon be emerging as the favourites. That was becoming the case as Wright cleared the rope again off Mason Crane, a young man who made such an impact on his debut last week. His first over here cost 17 runs, and so he was replaced by Yasser Arafat, who was the latest man to be sent into the distance by Wright, this electrifying partnership realising 98 runs in only 9 overs. But the last ball of the 9th saw the end of Wright for 42, as for once he missed a shot and was bowled, leaving with his side now needing 107 more runs from 11 overs. The 18-year-old Crane came back on to remove Matt Machin, which meant that George Bailey had no time to bed in, but that didn't seem to concern him as he took on the youngster, hitting him for this 6, which had the target down to 84 of 48 balls. A couple of tight overs from Will Smith and Danny Briggs now put the required rate back up to 11 per over, but the 15th over brought 14 runs for the home team, with Bailey going large again. Nash was still there too, and just when it was required, he also cleared the rope, this time off Yasser Arafat, and we now had a classic finale on our hands, with 40 wanted off the last 4 overs. Wood was asked to bowl the 17th, and it was the one which turned the match in his side's favour. Nash clipped to Joe Gatting at long on to end a brilliant knock on 88, a T20 best for the 32-year-old who'd used up only 56 balls in making it. Then, 3 balls later, Bailey also picked out Gatting to fall for 33. The Wood over had cost only 6 runs and had brought about the downfall of 2 batsmen who were well set. The target looked to be beyond the Sharks when Harry Finch gave Gatting his 3rd catch in quick time and Wood his 3rd wicket, But the man who turned the last T20 match between these two sides at the Ageas Bowl on its head, Craig Kachopa, kept the game very much alive by belting these two sixes off successive balls to end Wood's spell and the penultimate over of the match. It meant that the Sharks needed 10 more off the last over to confirm a home quarter-final. Yasser Arafat was the man to bowl it, and using all of his experience, he conceded only 3 singles off the first 3 balls, and when Kachopa tried to get himself back on strike by coming back for a second off the 4th, beer was run out courtesy of Gatting's throw. Only 1 run then came off the last 2 balls, and so Hampshire took the game by just 4 runs. Yasser Arafat the hero against one of his many former teams, as the Sharks ended on 200 for 6. It means that there is plenty to play for both sides next week. Hampshire's final game is at home to Somerset on Thursday, where a win will confirm another place in the quarters, while the Sharks head to the Oval on Friday, where a victory will still be enough to confirm a home tie.